Oh, hey, y'all. Didn't see you there. Welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here.
Pathetic.
You know what? Save it, Comayor Alexa. You know what they say? To be the mayor, you gotta beat the mayor.
Actually, you have to win the votes to be mayor. And the polls said it was a 50-50 split. Thus, you are the co-mayor with me.
Yeah. Can you just let me feel like a badass for one review? Just one. Please.
If you stop acting like a
Yeah. Anyways, today I'll be reviewing one of my favorite wrestlers and one of my favorite figures in the women's line. Elite Series 72, Becky Lynch. Let's dive in. So, my preference for this is pretty easy. Display her loose. I mean, look at this box. I don't know what happened to this thing, honestly. Hey, did you do this, Robo Tamina? You know what? This is probably on me. I forgot to activate your threat sensor. Robo Tamina, activate threat sensor. Hey, is it working?
Yes, I believe so.
Nice. Back to the review. So let's cover Becky Lynch's accessories first, starting with the best. This leather coat. Now, as you can see, it's just a basic leather coat. The sleeves look a little short, but that's perfect. That's how she wears it, kind of rolled up. It's got a nice little collar fold in there. And on the back, it says, "I am the man." Nice white lettering with a gold outline and a little silhouette of her. And we'll put that on when we get to her top review. She also comes with an extra set of hands. These ones are open. Now, the ones she comes with are both closed fists, which I think is pretty cool, but if you want her to hold any titles, then that's what you'd want to do. Now, that's another thing about the accessories, is I really wish that she did come with the titles. However, I understand that this takes place before her big Wrestlemania moment. Plus, on top of that, that Ultimate Edition figure coming out comes with both titles, so they must have knew that that was in the works, and that's why. But let's get a closer look at that face. So to me, this face scan looks just like her, and is one of the best likenesses I've seen. However, the expression is so deadpan that I wish she would have had a smirk, or a mean face, or even a cocky face. But this one has no emotion. I like the hairstyle braid on the left side, and how it's just loose and long on the right. It's also a brighter orange than her basic release that's been recently on the pegs, and I'll compare that at the end. Now, to be honest, I think the scan is way better than the Ultimate Edition figure of hers coming out, but all I've seen are the images, so I know that can change. Now, what's holding me back from buying the Ultimate? The one face looks okay, but the wild post-match hair head that comes with it that I would like to put on her so she could be holding up the two belts looks nothing like her. But we'll just have to wait and see once it's released. Until then, this scan's great and spot on. Now, as far as her upper body goes, she does have that mold that we've seen a lot in the recent basics and some of the elites, where there's just molding between the chest and everything else is painted on, and that's fine, especially considering she comes with that jacket. Now, she's wearing her trademark The Man shirt. It's even got a little Becky logo. You can see it. There we go. Which is pretty accurate. Nothing really on the back. So, let's put that jacket on and see what we got, man. Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah, this looks pretty good so far. Now, obviously, I'll try to adjust it, make it look a little better. But it fits her nicely, honestly. Fits her good. So here's a look at her with that jacket on. It does fit pretty nice. It looks cool. So I can't complain about that. Well, let's get a closer detail at her lower half. Now, her shorts are just a painted design. The painted belt, little painted buckles all over it. It's really nothing too flashy. Now, I do like the stocking leggings and how those are painted on, especially after my FTC figure review of Taya and that weird application of that plastic wrap they used. So that's a really nice, clean, intricate pattern that they did. Looks awesome. Now, going down to her boots, she's got black boots with black kick pads, and they got her little signature sock sticking up with the two white lines. So that looks pretty accurate. Now let's get a comparison to her recent basic figure that I wanted to show y'all. Now before we do a strict comparison, I have to tell you, and I forgot to cover it, they did awesome on the belly button. It's not there, not even divoted. Looks like she's wearing a shirt on top. So I just had to say that before we got into the comparisons. Now as you can see, this has been an issue recently. And it's something that I've been working on a video to show comparisons and talk about the basics versus the elites as far as the women's figures and how they're changing. What I mean by that, as you can see, the Becky Lynch Elite 72 is by far shorter than her basic Series 103 chase, which is in the middle, and also on the way left, her basic WrestleMania 36. Now, the Elite is more lifelike to her as she's 5'6", so believe it or not, she's no giant. So that looks fine displayed, but I did have some issues when I compared Lacey Evans to some of my other figures, as she's pretty little. And Natalia's a real big culprit of being just itty-bitty in her Elite. So now you can see the comparisons. I mean, I tried to get them to stand as straight as I could, so this is pretty close to as best I can do with them standing up. But as you can see, she's about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and her Elite figure shorter than her two basics. So that's interesting, and like I said, I'm working on a video to address that. As far as availability goes, Elite Series 72 Becky Lynch is pretty easy to find. You might not find her on the pegs of your local stores anymore, considering it's an older Elite series. However, if you get on eBay or even Amazon, you can get her new in box for less than $20, which is a huge bargain. I couldn't figure out why this figure is so easy to find, considering her popularity and how good the figure is, but honestly, I think Mattel just literally had so much distribution of it and really had a lot of them, so that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, get online and go get her. So overall, I give Elite Series 72 Becky Lynch a score of a 9 out of 10. Now this is an awesome Elite of Becky Lynch. And it's kind of crazy to think, but this might be the best, the man Becky Lynch gimmick figure that we get. Considering the Ultimate coming out, to me, has a lot of uncertainties with those face scans. Now we'll just have to wait and see on those, but until then, this is a great Becky Lynch figure. And if you're a fan of Becky Lynch, or even the whole women's division, or what she's done for it, I would go and pick this up, especially considering the price point you can get it at. This figure's awesome. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Make sure to hit subscribe because I have some very special content coming forward. A lot of projects I've been working on, and also a lot of pre-orders that I should be getting these new women's figures pretty soon. Now I'm really excited to get that basic Liv Morgan, which I should have in a couple weeks, maybe sooner, and compare her to her Elite. Have a good night, y'all.